Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to select 6 random Pokemon from the Paldea region, form a team, and then go online and see how it does. So with that, let's see what our first team is. There we have our team: Tinglu, Winkalone, Houndstone, Chi-Yu, Cetitan, and Iron Moth. Alright, so in this first match, they start off with a Dragonite, and I send out Tinglu. So my Tinglu set is more bulky, so it has Spikes, Stealth Rocks, Whirlwind, and Earthquake, with leftovers, and stat distribution is an HP and Special Defense. So they start off with a Nasty Plot, and I'm a little confused with this. I'm thinking that it's it's a Zoroark. So I set up the Stealth Rocks, and I go in for a Whirlwind to get rid of its stat boosts. So it looks like it gets an additional boost from its Throat Spray. And so I want to get rid of that as quickly as I can, so I Whirlwind that out. Looks like they bring in Lucario, and so I am going to go in, I believe, with an Earthquake on this one. Take some damage from those Stealth Rocks, get a boost from my leftover, and so I go in for an Earthquake. Super effective. I tank that Aura Sphere pretty well, and I finish it off with an Earthquake. Alright, so far I got the first KO, which is nice. They bring back in the Dragonite, and I'm just gonna go in for, I believe, some Spikes here, just to try to get some more hazards up. They hit me with an Extreme Speed to finish off my team. Alright, and so I bring in my Cetitan. I enjoyed this set. So it was Superpower, Ice Spinner, Belly Drum, Ice Shard, with a Citrus Berry, and attack and speed, max attack and speed. So my goal here was to Belly Drum to get my stat boost, pop off the Citrus Berry, and then have Ice Spinner and Ice Shard for stab with the Fighting Terrestrialization for that stab. So I go in for the Terrestrialization into the Fighting type with a Belly Drum. I did miscalculate its HP by 1 HP, so I actually don't get the Citrus Berry in this match, but that's fine. But that's fine, because I'll use him a little bit better in the next match. And so I get that max attack and half my HP. He hits me with a close combat and KOs me. But that's fine. Alright, and so then I switch into Chi-Yu. So this Chi-Yu set is a Choice Spec set with Flamethrower, Psychic, Dark Pulse, and Terra Blast, with max speed and max special attack. And so they're going to switch out their Scizor and bring in their Salazzle. I was a little nervous with this one just due to its typing, because he should resist some of that Flamethrower, but I'm assuming it's due to the Stealth Rocks. I was just able to KO him with one hit. And so now they're going to bring back out either their Zoroark or Dragonite, which I believe this is the Dragonite just due from the damage. So I go for another Flamethrower because I'm locked in with the Choice Specs. I barely missed the KO, and they take me out with an Earthquake. So it looks like I am down 3 Pokemon already. And so next I'm going to bring in my Iron Rock. So this one's also a little bulky. Its max stats are defense and special, and then a special attack and special defense split. Moves are Toxic Spikes, Acid Spray, Fiery Dance, and Morning Sun. And for the item in this one, I have Anaya Papa Berry and an air. And the next match I'll have an air balloon. And so my whole idea with this one was to use Toxic Spikes to get poison damage, or to get poison my opponents when they come in, and then Acid Spray and Fiery Dance to try to drop some special defense and increase my special attack, and then Morning Sun for recovery. They take me out with an Earthquake, and that's why I swap into the Air Balloon in the next and future battles. Alright, so next is my Oinkologne. So with Oinkologne, it's a physical set with max attack and max special defense just to get some bulk. It has a Toxic Orb to trigger to double Facade's power. And I also have Zen Headbutt, Bulldoze, and Endeavor. So the reason why I have Endeavor is so that when I'm low on health, I can try to drop my opponent's health as much as I can, like I'm about to do with this Ting Lu. So now that I dropped it down to 51 HP, it should be easier to KO with my last Pokemon, which that will be Houndstone. So my Houndstone step is a defensive body press set. So it has Choice Scarf to help increase its speed, max speed, and defense. Moves are Last Respects, Trick, Body Press, and Shadow Sneak. So Last Respects is just for stab and to do a lot of damage due to it being the last Pokemon. Trick to get rid of that Choice Scarf if I want to mess up my opponent's set. Body Press for damage due to the max defense, and Shadow Sneak just in case there's a Pokemon that outspeeds me and I need to go for a KO. So I'm able to KO the Ting Lu, and they come back in with the Scizor. And so I'm pretty much locked into the Last Respects. I was hoping I could outspeed them, but it looks like it's the Zoroark, and they KO me. With one move. And so that was the first match. Alright, now for the second match, they're going to start off with a Glimmora, and I'm going to start off with Ting Lu again. So I'm going to go straight into the Earthquake. That way it's just one layer of Toxic Spikes and I don't have to worry about the severely poisoned. They're going to outspeed me and go for a Stealth Rock. So they're going to have a Stealth Rock and just one set of Toxic Spikes. But they have a Focus Sash, so they live on 1 HP. And so it looks like I'm going to have just a load of hazards on my side of the field during this match. So now I decide to go in for a Stealth Rock of my own. That way I can have some hazard once I take out the Glimmora. And luckily I do, because they are going to set up that Spiky Shield for this turn. And so now we both have some sort of hazard. They go for a Mortal Spin though to clear off their side and poison my Ting Lu. And I'm going to take out the Glimmora with an Earthquake. So right now I'm going to have 2 sets of Poison Spikes and a set of Stealth Rocks versus none on their side. So I'm a little bit in the hole right now when it comes to hazards. And so now they're going to bring in their Flutter Mane, and I'm going to go in for a Stealth Rocks of my own just to get something up for the next Pokemon. They are going to get a special defense boost due to their ability. So I am thinking of going in for either a Whirlwind to get rid of that boost or an Earthquake. And I decide to go in with the Whirlwind just to make sure they have no stat boost that could alter some of my other Pokemon later on. And so this is going to force them to bring in their Ceruledge, and they're going to take that Stealth Rock damage, which is great. They're going to actually swap now into, I believe, the Rotom Wash, and I was going to go for an Earthquake, just take out the Ceruledge, but due to the Levitate, I'm unable to. So this turn, I went in for the Spikes just to get another layer of hazards on, and they're going to switch our items, so they're going to take my leftovers, and I am going to get taken out by the poison damage. So right now, we're even on Pokemon, but they have a lot more hazards than I do, so they have just a slight advantage on me. So Ting Lu's going to go down, and I am going to bring in my Iron Moth. So Iron Moth is immune to the poison spikes, but due to the air balloon, I'm unable to absorb them. So I'm going to go in for an acid spray just to kind of get that snowball effect going, and hope they don't hit me with a hydro bomb. And so they fire off their first hydro pump, and luckily I avoid it. So I'm able to get another acid spray on and get another special defense drop. And looks like one more acid spray should seal the deal. They go for a second hydro pump and they miss again. So next turn I should be able to get rid of this Rotom with an acid spray, but they decide to switch Rotom out, and they're going to bring in their Volcarona. But due to all the hazards, it does a pretty good amount of damage to the Volcarona, so I'm not too worried about it. I fire off another acid spray, and the next turn I should be able to finish it off. But they have red card, so they are forcing me to switch into my Oinkologne. But luckily, due to the toxic spikes, I'm able to already fire off my Facade at full power. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so now I'm able to take out that Volcarona. So now they're going to bring in their Ceruledge again, taking some more of that Stealth Rock damage and spikes this time. And so I'm going to go in for a Bulldoze to get that super effective bonus. They're going to Terrestrialize into a Fire type, so it doesn't really help them too much, just due to that typing. But I am going to go in for that Bulldoze, and that should be Ceruledge down. And now their next Pokemon is going to be their Fluttermane again, which is going to take some more of that Stealth Rock and Spikes damage, which is great. And I'm just going to go in for a Zen Headbutt, just in case I outsped it, just trying to go for that flinch, but unlucky me, I'm not able to get it, but I do a pretty good amount of damage to the Fluttermane, and ultimately get taken out by the poison. And so now I'm going to go into my Titan, just so I can get that Ice Shard off and take out this Fluttermane. And after this, that will be 4 Pokemon down. 2 more to go. So I'm going to switch into King Gambit, and it's going to get a boost from 4 Pokemon that I've taken out already. So I'm not going to waste any time with this. I'm going to go into my Terra Fighting with Super Power. Might be overkill, but I don't want to take any chances of it just barely surviving. So I'm going to Terra type in the Fighting type and one-shot it. So Titan was probably my favorite Pokemon created with this, just because the super power, the Terra Fighting type, I don't think too many people would actually expect. So that one was just a lot of fun to make. So I take out their King Gambit, And now they're going to switch in their last Pokemon, which is the Rotom Wash. And they're going to take some of that Stealth Rock damage. They're going to barely hang on. And I'm going to end this match with a Ice Shard. Thank you guys for watching. If you are interested in using any of these sets, I have them right here for you guys. And please leave a comment down below on what sets you would use with some of these Pokemon. And with that, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again next time for another random team.